Item number SCP-097. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-97 is contained within the limits of the property where it was initially discovered, Zone SCP-097. The property is surrounded by an 8-meter-tall concrete block fence, fitted with barbed wire and high-tech security camera systems. Satellite images of Zone SCP-097 are to be doctored, removing all traces of the area. Any and all new plant growth outside the containment area suspected to originate from within the SCP is to be sterilized through application of boiling salt water and/or incinerated. Absolutely all abnormal behavior is to be reported to Dr. Bridge within 10 minutes of the occurrence. If any personnel or their families experience hallucinations or thematically related dreams outside of containment, they are to contact Dr. Bridge to schedule treatment. Localities surrounding SCP-97, specifically Redacted, are to be monitored from the 1st of April until the 1st of November every year for affected civilians. Medical establishments dealing with sleep abnormalities are to be monitored for signs of SCP-97's influence. Civilians below the age of 16 encountered alone within 1 square kilometer of Zone SCP-097 are to be taken into Foundation custody and treated with Class B amnestics and returned home or to the nearest police station. Personnel tasked with the return of civilians are to avoid public exposure. Each agent is assigned a cover story to follow if they do encounter civilians en route to their destinations. See Level 3 staff for details. The morning after the first frost of the year, a team of 25 agents armed with agricultural tools are to enter SCP-97 and clear the outer plant matter. This process is not to continue past dusk. Description:
SCP-97 is a 10-acre area of land in the state of Redacted in the Midwestern United States. It's the abandoned remains of the Redacted County Fair, 1969, an area of approximately 2.3 kilometers squared, approximately 5.4 square miles. Structures within the SCP area exist in a state of moderate disrepair, consistent with the expected age of the environment. At the center of SCP-97 lie the remains of a 1956 GMC pickup truck, the majority of which is crushed beneath a colossal pumpkin of an unknown subtype, henceforth SCP-97-1. SCP-97-1 stands approximately 7.4 meters, or 24.3 feet, tall, and 8.1 meters, 26.8 feet, in diameter at its widest. Current estimates put SCP-97-1 at approximately 15,000 kilograms, or approximately 33,070 pounds. This pumpkin remains roughly spherical in shape, instead of spreading out under its own weight, as would be expected of a plant this size. The remaining portion of SCP-97, approximately 2 square kilometers, is overgrown with several dozen varieties of pumpkins, with over 70 subspecies yet identified, and many previously unknown to agriculture. Many of these pumpkins have shown to be capable of growing to enormous sizes, the average estimated weight being around 250 kilograms. These pumpkins, along with the assorted other crops, grow with, on, and around the remains of the 1969 Fairgrounds, creating a maze-like arrangement of plant life. The average height of the walls within SCP-97 is 1.6 meters, although this may vary some from year to year. Between April and November each year, the area within SCP-97 has produced a number of anomalous phenomena, ranging from benign to implicitly aggressive. And to date, 17 agents have been severely maimed within SCP-97, 8 of which have died.
See Event Log SCP-097 for a brief listing of recorded phenomena.
This is the General Incident Log for SCP-97, for the cycle between 09-01 and 11-01. This is an abridged version. Please requisition full individual reports from Dr. Bridge. During this time, 4 civilian children were captured and returned to their families.
September 3rd, 0939.
Cameras 3B, 4A, 4C, 5B, view child, approximately 4 years of age, walk between tangles of plant matter towards SCP-97-1 over an 8-minute period. The child appeared to be dragging a stuffed animal.
Notes. Child appeared on footage during review period. No figure was viewed at the time of recording. September 5th, 1733.
Human scream heard on site from within SCP-97, heard throughout the site. On-site personnel described it as possessing a small child's voice. It sustained for approximately 3 minutes before stopping abruptly.
Note. Staff reported feeling as if they were being watched during the event. September 8th. No time listed.
Several bedsheet ghosts are seen throughout various security feeds throughout the day. Would only appear for approximately 1 to 3 seconds before vanishing from sight. Staff did not report seeing any anomalous entities firsthand.
Notes. Patrols doubled for the remaining time in the SCP's cycle. September 13th, 2219.
Unidentifiable singing is heard throughout the site, persisting for 3 hours before becoming silent. Recordings reveal song-like gibberish, with up to 30 individual children's voices singing at any time.
Note. Recordings have been archived for future study. September 19th, 1427.
Agent McRoy cuts a pumpkin's vine with a machete. The severed vine proceeded to bleed approximately 50 liters of human blood before shriveling.
Note. Blood type AB-. No DNA match. September 24th. No time listed.
Overnight, 2 separate pumpkin patches grew into the rough approximations of humanoid figures lying on the ground.
Note. The figures were destroyed without incident. September 25th. 0517.
Agent Long found decapitated, neck against a pumpkin.
Note. Disappeared en route to a restroom break. September 27th, 0250.
All light bulbs on site burn out within a 2-minute period.
Note. Critical areas repaired before nightfall. September 30th, 1216.
Sudden shift noted in the location of several dozen gourd plants.
Note. Time and nature of actual event unknown. October 1st, 1429.
Agent Cole accidentally damages and breaks a pumpkin during the weekly examination of SCP-97. Upon splitting open, the pumpkin revealed a complete human child skeleton held within the fetal position within.
Note. Child was female, approximately 5 years old. No DNA match. October 2nd. No time listed.
29 freshly decapitated crows, Corvus brachyrhynchos, found outside SCP-97's containment wall.
No notes listed. October 6th, 0637.
Matured pumpkin plant found to have replaced a potted plant growing inside Dr. Bridge's office.
Note. Indoor plants are to be banned from the site. Pumpkin incinerated immediately. October 7th, 1650.
Agent Matthews falls unconscious during patrol and cannot be awoken until removed from the property.
Note. Agent reported dreaming of autumn colors and the smell of leaves. Full recovery was made. Reassigned to desk work pending examination. October 11th, 0738.
Research Assistant Sturm reports overwhelming taste and scent of pumpkin permeating her senses. No other personnel report anomaly.
Note. Stern was transferred off-site. Examination pending. October 13th. No time listed.
Sounds of steady drums playing throughout the day, from 0 to 23:59.
Note. Source of sound unknown. Recordings were archived for future study. October 17th. 0319.
Male child approximately 6 years of age and clad in pajamas, seen climbing through corn stalks on the eastern end of SCP-97, moving towards SCP-97-1.
Note: lost to SCP-97. How the child was able to escape notice by personnel until after he was lost to the SCP is currently unknown. October 20th, 1307.
All personnel within 3.6 kilometers of SCP-97-1 report hallucinations of orange haze and children's laughter.
Note: personnel evacuated to a distance outside the area of effect. Personnel screened for mental interference. October 23rd, 0001.
All power and backup power to the area failed. Upon recovery, pumpkins within SCP-97 were found to have changed into carved lanterns.
Note: it's unknown how SCP-97 generated and lit candles. Team 97 Alpha and Beta tasked to destroy lanterns after sunrise. October 23rd, 0813.
Team 97 Alpha reports seeing and hearing children playing among the flora within the SCP. Recordings lack the entities expected from the reports, however.
Note: children noted to be clad in pajamas. Teams pulled from SCP, screened for mental interference. October 25th, 1149.
Zaya May's Indorata kernels fall from the sky around SCP-97. They do not fall within containment walls.
Note: area cleansed with flame units and replanted with non-native grasses. Pavement of outside area pending. October 26th, 2113.
Research Assistant O'Toole overcome with nausea and vomits pumpkin seeds. O'Toole did not eat pumpkin seeds previous to vomiting.
Note: Research Assistant O'Toole transferred to site for examination. Seeds incinerated with extreme prejudice. In 1027-1003.
Research Assistant O'Toole reported to have died overnight. Autopsy reveals thoracic cavity was filled with pumpkin seeds.
Note: body incinerated at site. All personnel scheduled for full physical examination. October 28. No time listed.
Unintelligible whispering gibberish heard by fertile female personnel throughout the area when in view of SCP-97. Phenomena occurs throughout the day, continuing for the duration of the cycle, i.e. until November 1st.
Note: associated personnel removed from duty and scheduled for examination. October 28th, 1745.
Headlights of vehicle underneath SCP-97-1 light up and stay lit until daybreak.
No notes listed. October 29th, no time listed.
Fruit trees within SCP-97 blossom over the course of 5 hours, beginning at roughly 0700. Flowers wither and fall soon after.
Notes: none listed. October 29th, 0807.
Pumpkins near south entrance to SCP-97 began spontaneously bleeding from the stem. Each continued bleeding for 3 hours.
Note: blood type AB-, no DNA match. October 31st, 0310.
Several dozen unidentified spheres of red light viewed drifting above SCP-97 and the surrounding area. When light was shown directly on the spheres, a piercing wail was heard.
Note: personnel called into the main building until the spheres dissipated on their own at dawn. October 31st, 1200.
Sounds of steady drums are recorded from within the SCP. The drumming sounds persist for the following 12 hours.
Note: no source could be identified. Recordings archived for future study. October 31st, 1419.
All strawberry plants within SCP-97 wither in unison.
Notes: none listed. October 31st, 1743.
Between 25 and 30 animate human skeletons of varying size are recorded breaking out of the larger pumpkins within SCP-97. Skeletons traverse through SCP-97's flora to the northeast peach tree and hang themselves from its branches using lengths of grapevine, electrical cable, and decaying rope. The skeletons ceased anomalous behavior after pantomiming death by hanging. Death throes continued for approximately 23 minutes.
Note: skeletons recovered after first frost. All appeared under the age of 12. No DNA matches. The skeletons were incinerated after close examination. Addendum. Historical note.
Prior to the construction of SCP-97's containment wall, instances of what are now known as SCP-2171-1 were occasionally observed to form fragmented walls and at one point a near complete ring of 2171 around SCP-97's area of effect. This behavior ceased following the containment wall's completion. The purpose and implications behind this interaction are as of yet unknown.
Effects of SCP-97 upon children.
In addition to its immediate effects outlined in the event log, SCP-97-1 appears to produce an undetectable signal towards children in an undetermined range. For clarity purposes, children will refer to individuals up to the age of 10. Beginning in early April, civilian children within SCP-97's unidentified range may be overcome with somnambulism on clear nights. Affected children will move around their homes, stopping to face closed doorways for several seconds before moving on to the nearest doorway, eventually returning to bed. At first, this behavior will occur only once a week, beginning with only the doors on a single floor. This sleepwalking, however, will become more frequent, by mid-August happening nearly every night. If forcibly awoken at any time during these episodes, they will scream for several seconds before succumbing to a degree of confusion. After an affected child is awoken in this manner, the effects will cease, and the child will never show any further signs of SCP-97 influence. Over the course of 2 to 3 months, these episodes will become more thorough, affected individuals seeking out each doorway inside their home, as well as those on their household's property, such as garages, car doors, and fence gates. Eventually, they'll begin visiting the front doors of neighbors. Beginning in September, affected children who have remained undisturbed during these episodes will begin to remain outside at sunrise, laying on grass near their homestead, and returning to a full REM sleep. Affected children may recall dreams centering around autumn activities. Between September 1st and November 1st, if the affected children have not been awoken during the preceding sleepwalking episodes, they will cease the previously established activity during the sleepwalk and instead begin to walk directly towards SCP-97's location. They'll travel over fields and down secondary roads, steadily making their way towards it. Local geography consists mostly of undeveloped Foundation-owned property, facilitating uninterrupted travel. Upon arrival at SCP-97, an affected child will sit down before SCP-97-1 and begin singing unidentifiable gibberish as music begins to play. While a number of sounds have been recorded, simple drums and pipes are the most consistently encountered. After several minutes, childlike entities will crawl out from tangled flora or break out of larger pumpkins within SCP-97. The children will be wearing whatever they were last seen with, most often pajamas or similar clothing. Many of these entities match those children known to have been lost to SCP-97-1. The entities will surround the affected civilian child, dancing and singing in a circle as SCP-97-1 begins to emit dim light. The affected child will now awaken, normally expressing a great deal of terror. The instant any vocalization is produced, the entities will swarm and kill the child. Methods used are different in each instance, but usually involve dismemberment or strangulation. At this point, any and all efforts to interrupt the entities will fail, whether through breakdown of equipment, sudden intangibility of the subjects, or express violence on the part of SCP-97. After the death of the affected child, SCP-97 will split open, and the entities will hurl the remains into it before climbing in themselves. At this point, SCP-97-1 will close, and the music will stop. Before the containment wall was erected, at least children between the ages of 3 and 10 are known to have been lost to SCP-97.
See Event Log SCP-97 for current examples of SCP-97's behavior.
What is up, guys? Blue Spooky here, continuing with the SCPs. I know, you thought I probably wasn't gonna continue doing these, huh? Because I always flake out or whatever. But no, they're here to stay, so I'm gonna be doing one every couple of days, just whenever I feel like it. Whenever I feel like I see a fun one that would be fun to read for you guys. If you guys want me to read a particular SCP as well, please be sure to let me know. Then I'll take all of those suggestions and read them in the order of most suggested. As always, please be sure to leave your feedback in the comments below. I would really appreciate it on these kinds of SCP videos if you guys wanted to, if you'd discuss the subject of the video and kind of toss around your theories, you know, what you think it might be, what you think's going on, those kinds of things. I think that's the most fun part about SCP myself. If you guys want to send in any true scary stories for the other kinds of videos, please be sure to take a look in the description below. It contains links to all of my social media, including my Twitter, Gmail, and Facebook accounts, so go ahead and send me a message on there and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. As always, the art in this video is all made by my friend Alan. All of his stuff is in the description as well. Please be sure to go check him out because he does some really great stuff, and if you like his art, I'm sure you can get him to commission something for you, which would be really awesome for both of you. If you're curious about the music used in this video, and any of my other videos, that is always listed in the description of the video below in the order in which the music appears in. Overall, I think that's it for now, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.